Hello, everybody. My name is Carter, and to my left, your right, probably, I have my cousin. His name is Reagan Fiedler. Reagan, he is actually going to college to play basketball on a scholarship. And Reagan, thanks for coming on the podcast, dude. I mean, long time no see, dude.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm happy to hear and just kind of talk about whatever.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I remember seeing on social media not that long ago. You're obviously a big sports. You played basketball and baseball, all that stuff, and everything you do seems like you're like it's like you're just like blowing it up in a good way.
Yeah, I've grown up, I've kind of tried to do everything, and so and I go to a small school, so it's really easy to just do everything, and that's the cool thing about going to small school. Like, you can just do everything. Like, you can try everything, and if you're not good at it, whatever, go do something else.
For sure. I mean, was there like I know basketball. We're gonna get into basketball, but was basketball like your bread and butter? Was that like your thing that you're like that came naturally to you, or is there other sports you're like, oh man, I always love this?
Basketball was the one that I always loved more, and that's like I played football growing up, but I quit in high school just because I didn't have like a great experience in like middle school, kind of. And so but basketball was the one that always came naturally to me. Baseball I was good at. It's just yeah, like I didn't. It was kind of boring sometimes. I mean, you just kind of stand out there. Basketball's fast paced, always moving. So that's kind of the one I was more drawn to, and like just thankfully I was good at it. So I mean, it kind of worked out.
Yeah, I mean, kind of did stick. It kind of come out. I felt like you know, you what I want to talk about too is like you scored 2,000 points in high school. Like it's so crazy. Like I don't know if it's a record, broken record or whatever, but like it's so crazy. You scored 2,000 points in like your high school career. What's like feels like rarely happens unless it like if it does, I never really heard of that. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. My cousin Reagan scored 2,000 points in his high school career. I mean, like, can you kind of take me to that whole process of like did you know going in, okay, I want to score 2,000, or this is in like middle of the game, like someone told you, like, hey, you scored your 2,000 point, or what was that whole experience like for you?
So I knew going into that game that I was 15 away. So I kind of knew that game, but like throughout, like I would say when I was a freshman, I didn't even know if like I was gonna play that much really. So like when you're young, you're kind of just like, man, I kind of want to play. And then like the farther you get along in your career, like, oh man, like I get close to this record. And actually last year I found out that after my first game, I think I had like 14 or something. My coach texted a bunch of his buddies and was like, I just found my next 2,000 point score. So like it's like my coach kind of knew kind of all along. And it's like I think since my coach has been here, I'm the third one to score 2,000.
Wow.
Uh, but like before that, like we might have had like one or two. So it's pretty cool to say like I'm like top five in my school's history. And I mean, that's like a cool thing for me to say, like I did that.
Yeah. That's always pretty cool. I mean, when I saw that, I was like so blown away. I was like, that's so cool and neat. I mean, because it's just like not long before that, you just like you committed to go play at was it Lubbock Christian University, right?
Mhm.
It's so crazy. I mean, the fact like not before that, I'm a you know, that's so cool that you just feel like you just committed and then now you scored 2,000 points. I'm like, this guy is like could be the next, Kobe or someone. I mean, like scoring. I was gonna send you, I don't know if I ever sent it to you or for sure or not. I was like, oh man, that's so cool. You have 2,000 points and be like next Kobe and you have zero assists.
Oh, no. I passed the ball. I passed the ball. I passed the ball.
No, I'm just kidding. I mean, like, do you have any like in the world of basketball? Did you have any like so like specific like influential people you look up to, or is there someone like not even in basketball. Like it could be in basketball or someone else in sports. You're like this guy like was my biggest influence.
So when I was like 10, I would say is like the age like you kind of start following sports more. And so when I was 10, that's when Curry was kind of going really crazy.
Mhm.
And I was like, this guy, he's like 6'2", like doesn't look like he's that good. He's out here breaking all sorts of records, unanimous
Yeah.
MVP. So I liked Curry. I liked watching Curry. I'm number 30 now because of the Curry.
Oh
So
wow.
I like him. And then like now I kind of like I like watching Luca play because Luca doesn't look like LeBron. He's not out there flying like John Morant. Luka's just like this. Like he looks like this average dude, except he's 6'7", of course.
Yeah.
But like Luka just kills. You're just killing him, and you're just like, man. So that's kind of cool to know that like you can look like an average guy and you can go out there and literally just kill guys.
For sure. I mean, when I first saw Luca and everything, I was like, same thing you thought. I'm like, this guy's a superstar. I mean, like then the game started. I'm like, oh yeah, now I can see why he's like top, a superstar. He doesn't look like he looks like your typical. He's not a shot at anybody, but like a typical six man or something like that. I'm like, then he started balling out. I'm like, okay, this guy is like came as advertised. This guy is just a beast when he gets on the court.
Oh yeah, like Luca goes out there, he's like he has that killer instinct. Like, you can
Yeah,
just tell like he's out there having fun, just like you. If you ever watch Luca play, like half the time he's smiling out there just because he's killing them. He knows it. He's just having fun.
for sure. I mean, that's all it's all about. I think I didn't play basketball or anything. I mean, I did a little bit when I was like little kid, but not like other than that. But like when you see like people just having fun, I mean, it's just I think that's what makes it better is if you're out there having fun, like playing a game within the game, kind of thing, just having fun at it all.
And man, yeah, that's I mean that's what it's all about. Like at the end of the day, it's a game. I mean, like you're out there to have fun and play it. I mean, but I know we take it serious a lot of times. But like sometimes you gotta stop and just remember, like, man, this is a game and I get to play it, and like I should just be grateful and I should just go have fun.
Yeah, I mean, most definitely. I mean, I've always like as a fan just watching it. That's always been like just it's fun to watch, and I think it even makes it more fun, more funner, more fun. I'm horrible at English. I'm sorry. More
Me
fun,
too.
I think. More fun to watch if you know like your favorite athletes is having fun. Like Steph Curry, back in like not that he's not bad now. He's definitely great now. But back when he was like Steph Curry, like winning all those championships, like that run he had against the Cavs
Mhm.
and all that. It felt like that whole era, like, those years. It felt like it was really fun to watch him play because him and Clay play both. Like they're just after playing like effortlessly almost.
Oh yeah, him and Claire like they're running off of 20 screens of possession and
Yeah.
they're just coming off, shooting it, looking away. And like now Curry's thing is like he puts people to sleep and he'll go night night on people
Yeah.
and like he's just having fun out there.
Yeah. Are you ever that person out there doing that? Like, are you like shooting like jump back threes or anything like that and tell them like night night and all that? Are you doing any of that?
No, no, I'm very like calm on the court. My coach always makes funny. He's like, dude, you have like no emotion out there. And I was like, it's not that I have no emotion. It's just that like I just don't show it really. I
Yeah.
mean, I just kind of just stay. Some people get really high and they get really low, but I'm kind of just more just kind of stay the course and just no. But like, and then our coach he had a kid and like he was really good. He scored 2002 and his brother and he wasn't as good as him. And he told his brother he goes, man, if I was as good as you, I'd talk trash all the time. And our coach told him he goes, maybe that's why God didn't make you as good as him.
Hey, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, growing up in sports, I never was a talker or anything like that. I wrestled and stuff in high school. I always talked to people who like would run their mouth or anything like that. I was like, I never been one to like talk trash or anything like that. I was like going out there and showing. I was like, okay, whatever happens, happens out there.
Oh yeah, I mean like I don't get the whole talking trash thing. Like really, I guess you can say a couple words, but some people get bad about it, and it's like there's no reason for that.
Yeah, unless it's just like I'm not the one who started it, but if someone's gonna like start it and say something like, okay, I'll say maybe one or two things like you said, and then maybe like you got maybe but for basketball though, because it's kind of crazy because it feels like it's just you're out there like people are like especially a bet on away teams. I bet if you're playing like somewhere that's like other than your home team, someone out there is like yelling at you trying to get like in your underneath your skin. Like you gotta remind them like hey, you're there, you're here to watch me play kind of thing.
Yeah, and like specific gyms, they'll seat their student section like right behind the opposing team's bench. And
Hmm.
it's like you get crap during timeouts all the time, just yelling at you, and you're just like whatever. And then like half the time we're winning, and we're just like what the heck? Like we're winning. Just look at the
Yeah.
scoreboard.
That when I went to WT or West Six A&M, West Six A&M, I can't speak. And that same thing, they just built a new football stadium, probably maybe 3 years ago, if that.
Mhm.
And you used to see like if you ever come down, I'll show you. But people like watching this, you used to see
The
the new
Maroon
stadium because they
Platoon, is that what it's called? I think.
yeah, they sat
Yeah, I
them
went
like
I went to a game.
they sat them right behind the student the away team, and the student section honestly say like it's creative. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna go in full detail what I've seen or heard, but there's some stuff like like they've got like those big like I guess igniter thing. I don't know what you would call them, gas thing. I don't know what you call 'em, like to help like get like light start up a girl. And I guess
Hmm.
like an empty one. They put like beads in it, like they're doing like they're making the most like absurd noises, trying to like distract the other team. I'm like, this is like way. bigger than I ever thought it would be. Especially at the college level. Just
Oh
people
yeah.
talking trash.
Well, drunk college kids get crazy.
Yeah, for sure. And what's just crazy too is just because they're allowing like tailgating like on campus now. So
Hmm.
you literally just like tailgate at this one part of the school, and you just walk literally like half a block to the stadium, and it's like whatever happens from there. I guess.
Yeah, it's just all out. It's all out.
Have you ever experienced anything crazy? I mean, like you kind of said, but like have you ever experienced like either playing or personally as a fan? Like, have you ever seen anything like crazy as far as trash talking?
This summer, one of our kids kind of got in a fight, and it's a summer league game, so like they don't really count, and so like the refs stopped the game because like our kid blocked him out, and the kid like jumped on him to like go for the ball,
Wow.
and they called a foul, and our kid kind of like pushed him off him, and that kid came back at him, and so that was kind of crazy because you're just like, dude, it's like a summer game, like this doesn't count for anything. Literally, it's just practice, and like the refs are like, this is ridiculous. We're gonna have to stop the game.
That's crazy. When you said that, I just mainly thought of Allen Iverson. It's like practice. Talk about practice.
Oh yeah,
I don't know why it
AI.
doesn't make me think about that, but you're probably too young to remember that. You may, I don't know. I'm
Well,
older.
like I don't like I wasn't alive for it, but like I've seen the clips and everything. Like
Yeah,
I'm a basketball junkie, so like I've seen a lot of the old stuff. MJ, Larry, Magic.
yeah,
I mean I know all kind of all about them.
yeah. I was born in '97, so I remember like Kobe for like it's kind of I think it's kind of ironic a little bit. I don't know if it's irony or what, but so Kobe, speaking of those greats and everything back me watching, growing up watching sport like basketball, uh Kobe, I always carry this date because it's easy to remember, was made his NBA debut, I think, on November 3rd of '96. And I
Hmm.
was born November 3rd of '97. So exactly a year later I was born. So I was like, that's so cool. I mean, Kobe had that bond. But other than that, I was like, I'm tied to greatness somehow. And I've got to be that's the only connection I have to that. That's about it. Then I got to grow up watching Kobe and everything. So that was pretty cool. I remember the early days of watching Michael Jordan play for the Wizards. I remember that a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Nobody remembers that probably, but
No, it wasn't good. I think Kobe's 81 point game. I
yeah.
think it was on my birthday or it was the year after.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I we kind of both got a Kobe date. I
That's
think
cool.
I think he 81. He dropped it in '06 of January 22nd. And I was born '05.
Oh, wow. That's so crazy. I'm not gonna go to the full story, but I remember when you were born too. We went up to Lubbock and everything to see you. I was like, "Oh, that's so cool! I got a cousin and everything like that." And I was like, "Here we are doing this podcast. It's kind of weird. I'm getting old."
I didn't realize you were born in '97.
Yeah, I'm an old
Well,
dude.
like I think I'm old because like when I was a freshman, like our senior captain, I'm like, man, this guy's old. And like now, like I'm that. Like that's me. I'm just like, man,
I know.
I'm,
I'm
I'm old
25.
now.
You're not old, dude. You're still a teenager. I'm
Yeah, I am.
25, and I still think I'm like I'm 25. I'm like, I started thinking. I try not to think about it too much. I'm like, 30 is just around the corner, and I'm like, ew, that's weird.
I
Like I still think like I'm still like 19, 20 or age, but I was like mentally, but I'm like, oh no, I'm not. I'm in my mid 20s. That's weird.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But you're not. Trust me, you're not old at all. You still got like a whole life ahead of you.
Yep, yep, yep.
But yeah, that's crazy. I mean, before we were like before I hit record, we were trying to talk about other sports and anything like that. You kind of got some Texas Tech stuff behind you. I mean, were you were you always a Tech fan? Obviously, growing up,
Yeah, I mean it's here, so
obviously
it's
just by
it's
default.
easy it's easy to go to a game, you there it's always on TV, it's easy to find. So like you're just like, I mean like why not root for him? Like you can go to the game. And growing up though, our football team was awful. Like
Hmm.
I don't remember a season where we were really that good. Because Crabtree was before my time,
Yeah.
and then we got Pat, but our defense was like literally I think it was literally the worst in the nation when we had Pat. So like Pat would go up and drop 50, but we would give up 70, and you're just like, man, what? Uh, the basketball team, it was okay. When this past couple years, it's gotten really good though. Now this year they suck though. They
Uh,
haven't done. I don't know. They don't suck, but they haven't done what they've done in past. But I mean, yeah. Growing up, I would say I've definitely always been a Tech fan.
for sure. I mean, I remember years and years ago. I mean, I remember this must have been 2011. I was probably eighth grade, maybe ninth grade, and uh, I got to go watch a Texas Tech baseball game, and I believe they're playing against A&M, Texas A&M, and M,
Hmm.
and I was like, man, this is like for me because I never been to like a collegiate baseball game in person before. So
Hmm.
going that, I was like, oh, this is so cool, and I think they ended up losing that game, and then I was like sitting around like, oh man, this place isn't as packed as it was packed, but it wasn't as packed as I thought it would be, you know. And
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know how the baseball team is now, but obviously that was 12 years ago. But obviously, like for football, it feels like I remember the days of Crabtree and Wes Welker, all those days. I remember those days. And then
Hmm.
he said there was a little bit of a drought there, and then you ended up getting Patrick Mahomes, and kind of exploded from there. So you're kind of there for the craze of it all, though.
Yeah, I definitely was. And the baseball team has blown up recently, kind of like the baseball team's done really good. So like if you like playoffs, it's always packed and the baseball team's been good. When Pat was here, uh that the tech the stadium, Jones AT&T, it was always packed and the football team last year did really good. And I didn't go to a game, but yeah, like people said it was packed and like they rushed the field a couple times, so that was kind of cool to hear about.
That's pretty cool. I mean, did you ever? So I imagine you have. I mean, I couldn't really answer this because we were talking off air, but did you ever get to watch Pat play at all in person?
Yes, I like well, he was here. He started for 2 or 3 years, so yeah, I gotta watch him a lot of times. And like some of the things he would do, just it was crazy. And like draft analysts would always talk about like, oh, Pat's not gonna be that great. But, like people here, because like we saw what he did like day in day out. We're like, no, guys, this guy is completely different than anything you've seen before.
Yeah, I mean, from what you saw, I mean, like, what did you like about his like playing abilities and anything? Like, what? I mean, obviously, we all see it now at KC, but from what you saw in the days of college and anything like that, as a fan seeing it live, what was it like just watching him play in person?
Well, people kind of always compare him to Brett Favre in the fact like he just chunked the ball downfield. So like you would see Pat like run 10 yards back, scramble, and then just chunk one downfield, and you're like, how do you even do that? And like he's just running around, he's launching the ball, and like who does it? Who doesn't want to see that?
Yeah,
And like before Josh Allen like kind of ran around, like Pat was doing it at Tech because his O line sucked. So
yeah,
so Pat was constantly just running around making plays happen, and like he's like as a fan you're like that's what you want. Like you don't want the oh handoff 4 yard, handoff 4 yard. Like
yeah.
Pat was like no, I'm here to put up 70 points tonight.
For sure. I mean, he was able to get out of the pocket, it feels like a lot. He wasn't scared to and like actually like do something, like he said throw the yard or throw the ball like however many yards, just to try to get a touchdown and hang up. He said like 70 on you. I mean, he was there just to I think ball out and he still is to this day. I mean, he's about to play in the Super Bowl. It's completely crazy. Again.
Yeah, third time, third
Yeah.
time.
So crazy. I mean, did you ever think like, oh man, like, would you ever think like, man, like watching him in person, did you ever think like, man, this is going to be like this guy's going to be like a Super Bowl MVP one day or whatever? Did you ever think like he had the capabilities back then?
I think everybody kind of knew like this guy could. I don't think anybody expected what he's done now. I mean, MVP. I think he's gonna win it again this year. Five straight AFC Championship playoff appearances, and like I think everybody knew like he could like go win a Super Bowl. But like I think if he wins this Super Bowl, like you can kind of start putting him like he's like top three, top five. Like the stuff he's done is
For
crazy,
sure.
and like we knew he was gonna be good, but I don't think we knew he was gonna be like this good.
Yeah, most definitely. I remember, like you said, just watching him play and everything. Now it's like with him and Travis Kelsey and everything like that. I mean, he's got an unbelievable squad even now. So it's like you got to put him up there with all the stuff he's got. He's done and will do. For the remainder of his career.
Oh yeah, and like that Chiefs team. Like they're, I mean, Pat's young, Kelsey's pretty young, and they like their receivers are young, their running backs are young. So like, I mean, they could still be good for a couple years to come.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, that's pretty cool to watch him play and anything like that. I mean, even to this day, you got the Kelsey Bowl, quote unquote Kelsey Bowl coming up.
Mhm.
I just want to ask you, I guess, one more question before we get to basketball more. So like, who do you think, in your opinion, is gonna? You're a Tech fan, and obviously, and like that, you probably know where this is going. Um, do you have a pick and who's gonna win the Super Bowl?
I'm picking the Chiefs.
Yeah,
I'm
I
picking the
think that's
Chiefs.
easy.
Like the Tech, the Eagles are good. I know Pat's banged up a little bit, but Jalen Hurts has been banged up too. I think he
Yeah,
like did something to his shoulder, so he's been banged up. The Chiefs defense has looked good, but so I mean, so is the Eagles. But like, I think it's gonna be a good game. But like, my pick's the Chiefs because why not?
yeah, that's a good pick. I think I'm picking them too because Cowboys fan, I can't pick the Eagles, so obviously got to pick the
Yeah,
Chiefs.
yeah,
So
yeah. The old Cowboys.
I don't know. I've never seen them win or go to the Super Bowl in my whole lifetime. So
Do you think they should get rid of Dak?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm kind of happy. That is above my pay grade because I don't know if I could make that decision, but
Yeah.
in real life, but in I think in this setting, I think I was just talking about my dad with this the other day. I was like, I would give him one more shot possibly because it's kind of hard to say because we gave him. Let me back up. So we gave him this big contract, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So because he kind of like sat out, like all this stuff, and then Jerry kind of gave him like this big contract, and and he kind of stuck with him. It seems like so you never know. He's gotta produce if he wants that big contract. He's got to produce to that big contract abilities, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, I don't think he's really
Done that.
done that. He's not like he's a great quarterback. I'm not taking that away from him, but I don't think he's quite like Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen or Burr or anything like that. Burrow, whatever. I can't. I went blank on his name. Cincinnati's quarterback. Um,
Joe Burrow? Yeah, yeah,
Joe Burrow. I was supposed to say Josh Burrow, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow. I'm
yeah.
getting those two mixed up. Dak's a great quarterback, but I don't know if he can produce the same way that those guys can. Just feels like with those guys like Joe and Pat and Josh.
I mean, Dak's good. Like he gets them to where they like should be, but he never gets them like to the Super Bowl. He never gets them to the
Yeah,
championship.
I think he just is like those bright lights that Mahomes and all those guys are used to. Dak's quite not possibly there yet. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's Dak's fault or that's just his tools that he has. Obviously, he has. I don't know if I want to blame the tools a whole lot because he has CDE and all these guys, all these weapons, But I don't know. It's so hard to like say. Like I don't know. I think it's just. I would say ultimately at the bottom line, I think it's like give him one more chance. If anything, just go from there to see how he produces next year. Because
Now, what do you think about Zeke though?
I think
Because Tony Pollard looks good.
that's what I was thinking too. I think we found ourselves as Cowboys fans. I think we found ourselves into a big dilemma because it feels like Tony Pollard's like faster. He's more like
I mean, they definitely make a good combo, but like
yeah,
Zeke's getting paid so much.
yeah. I think Pollard is more like a Ferrari, if that makes sense. He's quick,
Hmm.
he's fast, he's that really cool car you see. But and then Zeke's kind of more like turning into that big truck you see, like the big, the big, lift and all of that. He's like that big truck. He comes in, and converts, third down or whatever and stuff like that. I think he's a running back for sure. Zeke's the running back for sure, but I think he's more turning into like uh a fullback. He just comes in on third downs to hope
Yeah,
or
like
fourth down
like
to hope.
third and one goal line touch, give it to Zeke.
Yeah, that's how he kind of is. That's how his game's kind of developing. But back in the
Hmm.
day, whenever Zeke first started, he was like what Tony Pollard is now. He was
Yeah,
just
I
like
mean, he was explosive. He's just not the same anymore though.
yeah, and then I think with a running back and quarterback that you have, or just you're paying them millions of dollars for like a large amount of time for a long period of time, it's just
Hmm.
like so hard to like produce it, because it feels like if we get them, one of them, or if not both of them, out of town, I don't know if you're
You'll
just
lose both of them
yeah,
eventually. I just feel like, yeah.
yeah, you kind of go into this rebuild and like, what we could have done all this, beforehand, instead of waste all this time and money, they could have gone to
Yeah.
someone else, but who knows? I say we'll give him one more shot. Because I felt like I liked watching Tony Pollard play but I don't know. Just bring Zeke down on third downs and I don't know, possibly give more weapons to Zeke. I mean, to Dak. That's what I say, but I could be wrong. Those dudes.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah. What do you think?
Um, I like Dak's good. I just don't think he'll ever get him there. So, do you trade him? Do you run out his contract? I mean, I don't know. Just do you trade him to a team this year who wants a quarterback? I don't think they'll do that, but like there's the options for him. Tony Pollard looks good. And Zeke's kind of been injury prone these past couple years. Like it seems like Zeke's always hurt.
Yeah, he has been for sure, and it feels like. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but he feels like he's even for Tony to go down. That was kind of surprising the way he did in that last game of the season, this last season, and it felt like he went down. It's like after when Tony Pollard went down, I felt like that was it. That kind of the decline of how our game quality went,
Hmm.
and because it felt like without the run game, we really couldn't pass or anything like that. Because the Niners, 49ers, their pass protection were just like killing us.
Yeah, well, and if you want it, like he has CeeDee Lamb, great, but like the other receivers, like Noah Brown, like I get
Yeah,
he's good, but like he's not anything like a number two should be. So I mean, this
no,
year, and their Cowboys defense is pretty good. They make big plays. So like this year, do you go get a receiver? What do you do? I mean, I don't know. It's up for Jerry
yeah.
Jones to decide.
I know. Wait, I was thinking about that with my dad too. Just I think just today or yesterday. I was like, we need to get a new like Jerry could say the owner, but I think we might need to go after a new general manager, possibly.
Hmm.
Let a GM make those kind of decisions, and Jerry just like okay or not, because it feels like we need a kind of new business plan. But I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, time will tell.
Yeah, for sure. But kind of change shifts a little bit to talk about basketball. We were talking about that earlier, but more about like you playing basketball. I mean, are you like you said you're going to play college ball, right?
Hmm.
So like, are you kind of like obviously you must be like over the moon to go play there, right?
Oh yeah. So like I've gone to camps there since I was like 5. So like it's kind of always been my dream to go there, and like I have a really good relationship with the coach, and like I've gone up there before and played like pickup with some of the players there. So like and like to finally say like yeah I get to go there, like that was really exciting for me.
For sure. I mean, like, were you just like so with that like just you going to play camp there and everything like going to camps there and everything like that since you were 5? I mean, were you just was that a pretty simple like decision to make whenever you got that scholarship and they came to you and everything?
Oh yeah, like within like 20 minutes I texted him back and I was because I went on that visit that day, and like I mean I wanted to of course talk with my parents first before like because like if I would have like I really wanted to say yes when he told me, and but like I went with my parents in the truck and we're like, so I was like, I want to go, and they're like, okay, let's do it then, and then
Yeah,
like just and so then I just texted him back and I was like, yeah, I'm in. Well, let's do it.
that's pretty cool. I mean, so it was a real quick yes, and it sounded like
Oh yeah, like I always knew I wanted to go there, and so like when you
so if
said, come on, I was like, yeah.
so. I mean, well, like for as much as you could tell us, because I don't know, I imagine there's like stuff you can't say or anything like that. But was so like with like him coming to y'all, was it like did you get like how many offers did you get originally? If you don't mind me asking.
Uh, so like D3's weird because D3's not like athletic money or anything, so they can't technically offer you. Does that make sense? But like they can
Yeah,
like
that
they
makes
can
sense.
say you can come to our school. So I visited D3 in Ohio. They wanted me. I had talked to two others kind of up there, and then like I was kind of starting to talk to two others kind of down here, and then but like I had kind of talked to the coach, the LCU's coach, kind of 2 summers like before, and he's like, hey, like kind of when you get here, like you'll come visit and we can talk more about that. So I'd kind of always had that like in the back of my mind, like hoping I can go there.
Mhm.
And like I'm not on athletic scholarship, like technically speaking,
Yeah,
because they have a senior who has 3 years of eligibility left because COVID's kind of ruined everything. But
yeah.
like they've helped me get a lot of academic money, so like I mean I'm good, and so I'm like a so D2 calls it preferred walk on. Like you're on the team, you don't have to try out. So like it's basically the same thing. But like as a walk on, like you gotta try out. Like they can say, dude, like you can come here and you might not even make the team. So it's kind of yeah, I mean the rules are a little kind of iffy with D3 and stuff just because it's different.
That's pretty cool. I mean, at least you're going to you got you mean you got your dream goal. I mean, right? I mean, you're going to LCU, to go play basketball there. It's pretty awesome. I mean, it's pretty exciting. I mean, the fact that you're going to go play basketball at the college level. I mean, was it something you obviously always been working forward towards, right? It was like basketball, the sport you thought was going to get you a scholarship there, like not a scholarship, but to get you to the college level. I mean, or was there like another sport you could you like, oh, this could take me there too.
I feel like if I would like focused on baseball, I maybe could have, but like at age 10 or whatever, like I kind of was like, no, I really want to focus on basketball. So like I would kind of play baseballs in the summer, but like I really wouldn't work on it a whole lot at all. But like mainly I was like basketball, like I was playing year round, and like basketball was the one I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. Like this is the one that can take me to where I want to go.
Oh, sweet. So, I mean, how would you like kind of like talk about your like style if you much as you can without like spoiling too much because I don't want like somebody out there to having to listen to this and break down your whole style. But like, how would you like how like when you go into training for basketball, like for you, like what's that whole process of getting yourself ready for a game? Like how do you describe your
So
style?
so my style in high school will be different in college because like high school for 2A at least, because like we're a small school. Like
Mhm.
I'm a guard, but like most 2As don't have a 6'2" guard.
Yeah,
So like they put shorter kids on me so I can go post up and I can do stuff. But like in college, I'm gonna be perimeter based. I'm gonna shoot, dribble, pass. Like in high school, I kind of just do everything because like I can find mismatches really easily right now. It's like if they put a
yeah,
smart kid on me, I'll go post up. If they put a bigger kid on me, I know I can beat him off the dribble. So that's kind of my style right now. And we have a really good team, so I've been lucky to be surrounded like that, and just it's been really good.
that's pretty cool. That's pretty sweet. I mean, you already know what you're gonna do and like how to already like break it down. So it sounds like you already got yourself a game plan, to be ready. I mean, I mean, you looking to be the next Kobe or something one day?
I mean, why not? I mean, I hope so.
Have another Black Mamba in the NBA one day, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to be in the NBA. I mean, who would it? I mean, who wouldn't want to be in the NBA?
For sure. I mean, like, part of going to school too, like, especially going to play basketball at college is like going to the other part of going to, you know, what am I trying to say? So the other part of, playing college ball is, going to school and anything like that with playing basketball. I mean, like, do you already have figured out like what you want to major in yet?
Yeah, so I'm going to do business administration, and then I hope to get my realtor's license and kind of do that. Maybe in the future, I'll run my own like realty. I don't know,
Yeah.
company.
Yeah, I know what you're
Uh,
saying.
and then like hopefully kind of as I accumulate like more money, kind of like buy like rent house properties because Lubbock, I mean, tech kids are always renting here and people are always renting, so it would be a good market to have, and that's just like passive income. Like you own a house, people rent it,
Mhm.
just charge more than your mortgage and you make money.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, the fact that you even have a plan, like that's crazy. I mean, that's way more than I ever thought, when I was in high school my senior year. I mean, for me personally, I was more like I knew I was going to college, but didn't know like exactly what I wanted to do till like my junior, senior year. And even then, like, oh yeah, I want to go to college to do this. And then like, when I'm in college, I'm like, okay, what's next? Like,
Yeah, I
there's
will
life
like
after college.
my plan could change. I mean, you never know. I mean, life throws you curveballs all the time, so
Yeah, most
you never
definitely. I
know.
mean, typically how it got, that's life. I mean, if I would have stuck to what I originally wanted to, I'd be not in communications at all. Like I wouldn't be doing this podcast. I would be an author writing books or something. Who knows? I don't know. There's stuff that changes sometimes for the better. I
Mhm.
mean,
Definitely, definitely.
so that's pretty exciting though. The fact that you're gonna like you already have like a set like plan, like you're gonna play college ball and do all of that after. Hopefully make the NBA first.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Make millions.
Make millions, yeah. Hopefully if you have a chance to play in Golden State and Clay, just for some reason Clay goes down. Gotta remember your cousin Carter, who you're on a podcast with. I can meet Steph one day.
Okay, okay, I'll remember you.
No, I'm just kidding. No, is that like if you ever do like if that's like if I can ask you like if the NBA is like a realistic like goal that you're trying to achieve, like is there like if you had like a wave of magic wand and you go to the NBA, like who would you like want to play with if you had like a magic wand? You're like, okay, this is going to happen now.
Like all time or current?
Anytime.
So, so like if I was like a stud, like if I was an all-time stud, I'd put me at the guard. I'd probably put like MJ at the two. Uh, I don't really like LeBron. I think he's kind of a crybaby sometimes, so I
Yeah.
probably wouldn't put. maybe KD at the three,
Yeah.
Tim Duncan at the four, and
Oh
like
yeah.
Shaq at the five.
That'd be dope. That'd be pretty awesome.
That'd be dope. Yeah, yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's like a dream thing for sure. I mean, I'm a Lakers fan, and so I have to watch LeBron play. So, I mean, I really can't get around it. But I just remember like, oh man, I kind of have to watch LeBron. I remember kind of off topic a little bit. I remember watching. I remember whenever KD, um, not KD, LeBron signed with LA, and I was like, man, this is so crazy. And like that was like a super like it was like a blockbuster thing. I'm like, what? LeBron's going to be a Laker? Like, what does this mean? Like, is it going to be good? What's it going to do? I mean, and like it's kind of mixed feelings, kind of. So, and then watching it now, it's like, oh man, they stink. And then watching it
Yeah,
now,
well, and like the news lately is they were gonna trade for Kyrie, but like
yeah,
actually like 30 minutes before we started this podcast, Kyrie got traded to the Mavs.
that's what I just saw. I was going to tell you that. I don't know if you heard it or not yet.
Yeah, like I saw it before we started. I was like, oh my gosh, Kyrie to the Mavs? And like, because everybody wanted Westbrook to go back with KD in Brooklyn and Kyrie to come back with LeBron in LA, but like now it's Luca Kyrie.
That's so crazy to think those two are together. That's
Yeah,
so crazy.
hopefully, I think it'll work out good. I
I
think
think
that'll be good. Now Luca's numbers will definitely go down, I think, but I don't think Luca will care that much. So I think they'll be good together.
I don't. I mean, I think they could be really good together too, like a good duo together. Work back and 'cause they both have experience, obviously, but it feels like with someone like Kyrie coming in and playing with Luca, it feels like Kyrie has been playing long, but Luca has like the potential to become like this. He already is, but, like to be like one of the all time like one of the all time greats, you know. And it
Hmm.
feels like with those two together, Luka can only learn more, if that makes sense. I don't know how much more he
Hmm.
can learn, but there's always room to learn and grow from someone like that. I mean, he can only be better, right?
Well, and Luca's like 21. Like people forget that.
He's
And
so
like
young,
Luke,
yeah.
yeah, because like Luca came from overseas. Like he got drafted at like 18 or 19. So he's still really young. So he could have a great career. And then the thing like now with Kyrie gone from Brooklyn, they're like, oh, is KD gonna get traded? Like this KD went out now.
Yeah. It's so crazy. If that's what the NBA is kind of a wild thing too. I mean, if KD if say KD, right? Is that what we're talking about? I went blank for a second. KD,
Hmm.
if he gets traded, I mean, or signed somewhere else, where do you think he's gonna go?
So like, so yeah, I mean, it's gonna have to be a trade. So it's gonna have to be a team that has like the assets. And like people say, the Raptors could do it, the Suns could do it, the Heat could do it, the Warriors could do it. Actually, like the Warriors could probably offer Brooklyn probably like the best package deal in my opinion for KD, which would bring back that super team. Which like the Warriors are in a weird situation because like Curry and Thompson and Draymond are kind of like all aging right now. So like
Yeah,
but they have such a good young core. So like, do they say, do we build this young core or do we play for win now? Which I mean, they might just not make any moves and kind of do both.
for sure. I mean, the fact that KD has a chance of going back to the Warriors, like you said, they are aging, they are going through that and everything. So who knows if the quality of their game. It's not saying the quality of the game is going to be low, but who knows if it's going to be where it once
What it
was when they
used
went
to
to the
be,
yeah.
yeah.
So who knows? Like that's so crazy. The fact that he can go to back to Golden State or go to Toronto, any of those teams, like he could be an asset to any of those teams. Honestly, he goes to the Suns and he's with Chris Paul and Devin Booker and all those guys. It's completely just crazy. The fact that those three could play together too.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see if he wants out though, because he might stay, he might leave. You never know with KD. KD's kind of crazy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's a great guy. I mean, he plays great. I mean, who knows? What's next?
Yeah, I mean, you never know what's going on in the mind of those superstars.
Yeah. Man, there's a lot of stuff going on in the NBA. It is in sports in general. It feels like this time of year is always crazy because we got, NBA's popping off and then getting ready for the finals before you know it. And then we got the Super Bowl around the corner and then we got baseball starting up soon. So feels like we got a little bit of
Mhm.
everything going on right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun, kind of like all the sports are going on. Like it's just interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, before you head out, I was gonna ask you something before you head out. Lost my train of thought. watch, I want to leave this, and as soon as I hit
And
end,
then you're gonna remember.
remember, yeah.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah. So, is there anything before you head out? Do you have like? I guess I'll end with this. Is there anything you want to tell people? Like, is there anything coming up that people should look out for from Reagan?
No, not really. I mean, I'm kind of just gonna live my life and kind of go to college and have fun and play basketball and like get to travel like and that's gonna be cool. I hope.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, that's so crazy. That'd be cool to bring home a championship for your college, and then hopefully, one day you'll be holding up that the NBA title one day too.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
That's pretty cool. But Reagan, thanks for coming on, dude. I had a blast.
Hey, thanks for having me. I mean, it was really great talking to you and seeing you again.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, if you ever go to Lubbock or if you're ever in Amarillo, let me know. Oh, gotta hang out sometime.
All right, definitely will.
Cool. Hey, good luck in college, man, and then have a good rest of your senior year. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Hey, thanks, man.
Yep.
Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, nowhere.